Hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Mother's Basement. It's been a while since I've done one of these. And we've got why Inosuke is best boy. Gotta admit, when I watched Demon Slayer, Inosuke was one of my favourite characters. Very, very likeable, and it's nice to see his character grow as the show progresses and as he learns to get on with people and take a compliment. It was just so much fun on screen. Let's see what Mother's Basement has to say, shall we?
Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba continues to be the talk of the anime town, and
People
one
are still talking about it now.
Has captured the hearts and minds of its enthusiastic
I see what he's doing here.
Community at large. They made us fall in love from the moment they first entered
clever.
frame, and continue to delight us with every appearance since. We want to shout our love for them from the rooftops and protect them at all costs. And today, as my second foray into the science of waifuology, I am going to break down exactly what it is that makes them so appealing. What makes Inosuke Hashabira best boy? That's right, I got you with the old switcheroo. I was
the title gives it away,
about doing a video on Nezuko, but since she doesn't talk much, exploring her appeal beyond just saying, look how cute and sometimes small she is, will require a very different approach from most other waifus. And given how protective her fans are of her, I think it's safer to build up to that and hone my waifu analysis skills on a character who's a bit easier to break down.
Oh, he's so
While
fun.
I won't say I like Inosuke more, because, like I said, the Nezuko Defense Force terrifies me, I do like him quite a lot. And since he's such a distinctive character in the shonen landscape and within the show itself, I think it'll be fun to explore his design and characterization in a quicker, short format video to find out why he's so likable.
Hell yes.
I'm still calling this a What's in a Waifu entry, mostly because I'm really happy with how the logo came out and I want to get some good use out of it, but also I think it is appropriate. Because when I look at Inosuke, I think, this is my boy. He is precious. I want to hug him and protect him and see him smile. And unlike the franchise's other flagship moe icon, you're actually allowed to lewd him, which is the single key distinguishing factor between a waifu and a dadaru. Indeed, his design invites it. Inosuke hates wearing shirts almost as much as he hates not being the best at everything. And
he's so driven to be the best.
Not everyone likes muscles, but if you do, he provides quality man service in almost every frame.
Hell yeah, look at that.
His male-presenting nipples are just out there all the time. And he does not give a fuck.
You don't care.
Is it any wonder why he's immediately become such popular fodder for Rule 63 redesigns? On top of all that, the feature he does choose to hide from the world is a striking, pretty shonen face. And if you're a fan of Gap Moe, that feeling elicited when a character's behavior diverges widely from the expectations created by their design or previous characterization, oh boy, you do not see many wider gaps than the one between Inosuke's refined good looks and his less refined personality.
Yeah.
Inosuke is boisterous, confident, and temperamental to the extreme. He basically acts
I love it when
like
he gets his swords back and he starts going bang, bang.
Having been raised in the wild by boars after being orphaned as a baby. That background is reflected in his rampaging fighting style.
His fighting style really does reflect his
temper, as well as his attitude toward violence. He enjoys play fighting as much as any warm-blooded animal, and he also
well
has
animated.
A lot of fun in real life or death
so
combat.
cool.
Nothing seems to get his blood pumping quite like the thrill of battle, of exerting his strength over a strong opponent. He's equally competitive when it comes to his friends, eager to try any cool thing that he sees them do.
Oh yeah, so he wants to do it better, yeah.
And compelled to contribute the most to any activity that the group undertakes, even when that activity is undertaking. You bury those bodies, Inosuke. This simplistic competitive drive makes it easy for other characters to manipulate, or maybe train would be a better word. The fastest way to convince him to do something is to tell him you don't think he can, and conversely, placating him is as easy as making him feel like he's won something. Despite the fact that he's usually taking orders, or as he'd probably put it, strategic advice from one of the smarter demon slayers around him, most often Tanjiro, Inosuke kinda just assumes he's in charge all the time, because he's the strongest and the best, so he has to be the pack alpha, right? He does a lot of petty things to start fights because they're fun and assert his dominance, like stealing food off of Kentaro's plate, and his friends mostly just kind of let him, which works out because he's not actually.
Those three get on so well on screen together.
Might put his friends in danger. They know feeling like the alpha makes him happy, and hey, maybe deep down they want to protect that Tusky smile too, so they just let him get away with it. Or in Tanjiro's case, maybe he's just completely oblivious to the aggression. This hyper-competitive, self-aggrandizing attitude could easily render Inosuke unlikable, but unlike, say, Bakugo, it doesn't seem to be rooted in an inferiority complex, and at the very least, Inosuke doesn't bear any grudges against those who one-up him. He simply vows to overcome them next time, because his confidence is mostly genuine. When he first enters a situation, there's nothing he believes he can't do, and even if he's in so much obvious danger or so outclassed that he has his doubts, he'll always try his best anyway. This boundless, blind optimism gives him a raw, lovable charisma that makes him immensely fun to watch in every scene he's in. He provides a lot of humor in the show's lighter moments, and acts as a strong comedic foil for the cowardly, self-doubting Zenitsu. He also lends battles and other more serious scenes a sense of hype and intensity
that bit where he starts hammering the sword.
Protagonist Tantaro is ill-suited to deliver.
So good.
Basically, much like Tiny Nezuko, he makes every scene he's in better just by being there. A big part of that entertainment value lies in his design, which is simple but oozes personality.
It's the smoke that
While
comes
his
out
soft
of the
face might belie his brutal nature, he covers for it, and also covers it up, with his most eye-catching piece of attire, which I personally think is a stroke of character design genius. The wall-eyed boar head that he normally wears is more than a little reminiscent of the floppy, dumbfounded horse mask that's become ubiquitous in shitposts the web over. But while Demon Slayer does often utilize it to add a touch of absurdity to its funnier moments, the boar mask's closed mouth, sharper features, and ragged appearance make it a lot more versatile than the rubber meme icon, while still capturing the same fundamental appeal. Throw some harsh shading on it and point those eerily large, intense eyes right at the camera, and Inosuke's mask suddenly starts looking a lot less goofy and a lot more menacing. So he can keep it on in serious dramatic scenes and life-or-death battles without completely destroying the mood. When he's fighting, especially, it makes him look wild, violent, and unpredictable.
Just goes along with the way he fights,
to his improvised, animalistic fighting style. From the very first second he appears in the drum house, you know almost exactly what he's all about. And before he even moves in for the kill, you can tell that he's going to absolutely tear that tubby demon apart. Demon Slayer's character designs are all generally a cut above other shonen anime, but for instant readability and appeal, none of them have Inosuke beat. Of course, he wouldn't be nearly as memorable and likable a character if you could just figure him out at a glance. Inosuke is simple-minded and straightforward with his intentions, but he still has layers and stubbornness.
It's nice to see, like, the way he can't take a compliment and stuff is just like,
Gunpachiro's knack for thinking, and despite grumbling when he's told to do so, he'll usually see his friend's line of reasoning and take the course of action he suggests, even if it's less fun. Learning this, in turn, opens his mind to the idea that there are other kinds of strength than his own raw physical might, and gradually Inosuke comes to be more capable of respecting those around him, even if they aren't tough, animalistic fighters. Hey, that's character development. Underneath his gruff attitude and aggressive behavior, Inosuke clearly craves human contact and validation. Indeed, as much as his competitive attitude is driven by an instinctual thirst for dominance, it often seems like he just wants to hear another human tell him that he's as great as he feels he is.
But then
makes sense.
He can't
For most of his life, he's never had the kind of basic, self-affirming social
he has the master high behind,
that
I guess.
humans need and take for granted. Despite how energetic and fun he is, there's clearly a tragic depth to Inosuke's character that I hope the series explores. That's kind of a running theme with its heroes and villains, and that gives him an appeal beyond just being the funny, loud, exciting guy. Whenever Gengoro acknowledges his abilities or returns his aggressive attitude with kindness, Inosuke immediately gets all happy and fluffy-headed, sometimes to the point that he forgets to snap back and drops his wild tsundere facade for a moment. It is very
completely drops his guard,
given the way that he responds to praise, along with other aspects of his demeanor, if Inosuke didn't have the mask, I'd almost suspect that he was raised by 30 to 50 feral dogs. That's actually a pretty common trick for making animal characters in animation more appealing. Dogs are just inherently funny and lovable, so mapping their behavior onto less familiar creatures like horses or reindeer can go a long way to making them more endearing to their audience. Of course, Inosuke is a human, so those dog-like traits do manifest a little differently, and he's obviously a more complex character than a mascot in a Disney film. but fundamentally the same principle still applies. Inosuke is a simple, straight-shooting, easy-to-understand kind of guy who wears his heart on his sleeve, and
definitely.
that also makes him easy to like. His open book appeal is actually very similar to that of Nezuko, though the balance of their cute and brutal sides is obviously reversed. The strongest waifus are the ones you like at a glance and come to love as you get to know them, and Inosuke
He's so
certainly
interesting.
fits that bill for me. Although while I did say he's best boy at the top of the video in order to grab people's attention, I do think that Tanjiro is also a very, very good boy, and
A very, very good boy.
credit from him. Anyway, let me know if Inosuke does the same for you in the comments down below, and while you're
I love
down
it.
there,
I
tell
love
me
him on
what
screen,
other
though.
waifus you'd like to see me study as part of this very serious and important scientific project.
What did I wait for?
Also, there's a few buttons above the comments section, especially this one marked subscribe, that I hear do some pretty cool things when you
Yeah,
click
like
them,
let
so
you know when.
I don't know, if you're feeling bored, why not try them out? If
Leave
you're looking
videos
for
open
more
up.
to watch, click the top link on the end card for a discussion of Netflix binge culture and how weekly viewing can make some shows better. Or if you'd like to see me talk about Demon Slayer some more, click the one at the bottom. I'm Jeff Thu, professional shitbag,
Signing out from my mother's basement. God, I can't believe that video's over already. I'm still full of cold, I'm sorry. But, yeah. Inosuke is brilliant on screen. I love watching him interact with the other two. All three of them together whenever they're on is just perfect. Like, the chemistry is just absolutely amazing. And Inosuke is fun. And it's funny to see his character grow, even within just how many episodes we've had. And I look forward to seeing him develop further as it goes on. Yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you want to, leave comments down below. Let me know what you want to discuss in future videos, and I'll see you guys. Next time.